The New York Yankees proved something. They just won a series in Boston. This team in the beginning of the year was owned by the Boston Red Sox. Do you, as a Yankee fan, after seeing this series and this 12-game set, do you think anybody in the AL East is better than your team? I don't think so. The New York Yankees are the best team in the AL East, and they're going to prove it. And Aaron Judge, my prediction right now, is going to get the playoff monkey off his back in 2025.
Now, commence Operation Back You Suck. Suck.
More live bets and props for tonight's game. ESPN Sportsbook. Did he do it? Right field. This one's got some carry, and he did do it. Aaron Judge goes yard one more time. And who they pitch it is what Boone is doing. About face, Caballero. Oh, out of the entire building. Jose, can you see his fifth of the year? It's a two-run ball game, and there was no doubt about it.
Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees lose the battle in Boston, but win the 12-game war. We've got highlights. We got Aaron Boone's post-game press conference. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports for New York Nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk with Sports Nuts.
Well, there you have it, folks. You know what? I'm a little chipper after a loss tonight because the Yankees survive that 12-game gauntlet that everybody was talking about right here on New York Minute Sports in the comment section on Labor Day. And a lot of people were running scared. A lot of people were in the comments from the Blue Jays fans and the Red Sox fans saying the Yankees were only going to win 2 games out of the 12. But guess what? I sat right here with my hands on the wheel, steady at the helm, for all my followers right here on New York Minute Sports, and I told you, rest easy, Yankee fans. The Yankees will go 7-5. You can rest your hats on it. But if Aaron Boone does take the Yankees into the first half of September, and let's say they go, which is my prediction, 7-5, in this first half of September, the Yankees will go 7-5. Write it down right now. If Aaron Boone gets his team to that, will you sing his praises? Will you say that he did a good job managing this team and turning them around, even with dealing with the 3 amigos, Devin Williams, Anthony Volpe, and Austin Wells? Overcoming all the injuries that Aaron Boone had to deal with. Garrett Cole, his ace, going down in the beginning of the year and having to play hot potato with his starting rotation. Having to start Cookie Carrasco to start the season. And then the June Boone swoon came in and the Yankees were absolutely lost. But the Yankees look like a team that's been found. And if they do turn it around and they do come out of the first half of September, we might have to be singing the praises of Aaron Boone from not letting this get into a complete and utter shit show. So the Yankees do their part, and the Yankees, all I heard before this was from the haters was, the Yankees can beat the White Sox in the Nationals. Wait until they play the Blue Jays and the Red Sox and the Astros. Well, guess what, guys? After a little blip in the radar against the Tigers, the New York Yankees are back. The New York Yankees just went through a 12-game gauntlet and came clean out on the other side like Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption. The Yankees had to crawl through 3 football fields worth of shit in the middle of the season this year to get to this glory. The Yankees can rest easy and rest assured that they got the job done in this 12-game set. Yes, some people took turns at attributing to the losses on this team, but as a whole, when the New York Yankees about a month and a half ago were playing baseball, They couldn't beat the Ronald McDonald baseball team, and I don't even think they have one. As far as the game is concerned today, Will Warren got in, and he does what Will Warren can do. He gave up runs in bunches. His first inning is his worst inning, and sometimes it can completely knock the Yankees out of the ballgame. But what did the Yankees do tonight? The Yankees did what they didn't do a month ago. They showed resolve. The Yankees of a month ago that were shooting themselves in the foot all the time would have packed it up, took the series win, and said, "See you tomorrow, folks." But no, I think the mentality on this team has changed with the addition of Cruz, with Heel coming back, with Rosario and Caballero, with their style of play and the life that they bring into this team. The New York Yankees are dangerous. You saw it tonight with Caballero and Rosario. They have live at bats. They work 10 to 11 pitches at bats. They both had home runs tonight. They're athletic. They can steal bases. The Yankees haven't had a threat off the bench or to start a game like that in a very long time. Then, if you add Jazz to that equation when all three of them are playing in the lineup, that's a dynamic athletic lineup, and the Yankees need that going into October. I could see these guys having major clutch hits, guys that it doesn't look like the pressure gets to them in big spots, and that's Rosario and that's Caballero. I believe in those guys, but you know what? I didn't see Ryan McMahon at third, but I just wanted to sing his praises because I have not seen a defensive third baseman like that on the New York Yankees in a dog's age. And every time a ball goes over there, this guy's a human vacuum cleaner. Think about how many runs he saves. He didn't play there tonight, but Ryan McMahon is going to be a crucial part of this team. But think about this. You let Rosario start the game, play until the 7th, and then when you need defensive substitutions, Ryan McMahon is your guy off the bench, and he's got pop. So yes, the Yankees, let's talk about the negatives tonight, because I have to admit, I watched my New York Jets get their brains beat in today, and I am very appreciative of being a New York Yankee fan and having 34 seasons in a row of no losing seasons when my Jets can't even tie their shoelaces, and I'm singing my praises. But let's get to the negatives, shall we? Will Warren, negative. He can't be giving up runs like that. I want to see Will Warren in a middle relief Phil Hughes style of bullpen sessions towards the end of the season. Will Warren is not going to be a starting pitcher during the postseason, but I think he can be thoroughly effective if he changes his approach, only uses 2 pitches, and ups the gas on his fastball. He can be like that bottle rocket Phil Hughes in the 2009 playoff push, because it's going to be all hands on deck. And you know what happens in playoff time. Everybody gets tight. Everybody crunches up. And we're going to need to go through the AL East to get to the World Series this year, because the way that they've structured the playoffs, we're going to see the Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays if everything stays the same. Now, you want to talk about everything staying the same. We're putting ourselves through all this stress. We're putting ourselves through all this pressure on Labor Day, saying they're not going to win a game in 12, and then they're going to win all of them. They're going to get swept and all this nonsense, right? This is why baseball is frustrating and great at the same time. The Yankees are in the same exact place that they left on Labor Day. Look at the standings. 4 games out. The Red Sox are 5.5. The Blue Jays won 4 in a row. It's the identical carbon copy blueprint of what was going on Labor Day. But don't look at the wins and losses, folks. What you got to look at is that these Yankees played better against the Blue Jays. They played better against the Red Sox, and it looks like they're trending in the right direction when they play AL East teams. The Detroit Tigers scare me, guys. Let's hope that Houston pokes into the playoffs. Let's hopefully the apple cart gets disrupted, because if we see the Detroit Tigers pitching in the postseason, I don't like the matchup with that team, and I don't think my psyche or the gray hairs in my head can take Gleyber Torres coming back into Yankee Stadium and eating our lunch because he had a big series against the Yankees. So overall, in the 12-game set, Aaron Judge came back to life. Giancarlo Stanton got some hits. The Anthony Volpe experiment is over, it seems like, because they got out the Aaron Boone excuse train saying that he has a torn labrum since Moses wore short pants. So there's been a lot in the 12 games. It feels like it's been 2 months, but guess what? The Yankees have an easier schedule than anybody in the rest of the AL East, with the games remaining: Baltimore, White Sox, Baltimore, Minnesota. Sounds like some wins. So we're going to have to wait for the Blue Jays to shoot themselves in the foot and implode if we wanted the division. The one thing that the Yankees didn't do in this 12-game set is put themselves in the driver's seat against the Toronto Blue Jays and sweep them. They didn't put themselves in the driver's seat when they could have swept the Red Sox tonight, and in a valiant effort, it's very hard to come back from 6 runs, and they did a good effort. But the New York Yankees could have done a little bit more damage during the 12, but they could have put themselves in the driver's seat. But let me know in the comments below right now, how are you feeling as a Yankee fan? Lolev Dev even seems like he's come out of his slumber. I won't be tricked by it. I don't want to hear it in the comments later. Mark Leiter Jr. shouldn't see the light of day, even though he was good tonight. I like Duvall's controlled chaos in lower leverage innings. I love Bender the Bulldog. He can go 5 outs. Love that guy in a big spot. Luke Weaver seems like he's starting to get his stuff back. Jury's still out on Cruz, man. That's going to be a messy situation because Boone is in love with Cruz's breaking ball, but I noticed that Cruz isn't getting warmed up enough in the pen because the last 2 times he's come in and blown it, he hasn't had adequate time to warm up the bullpen, and I don't want to have more excuses than a pregnant nun, but when you're a guy with a breaking ball, when you get tired, your breaking ball works better. Cruz comes in all pumped up, and his breaking ball don't break, and sometimes when they take him out of the game, it starts breaking, and they take him out too early. So listen, I feel good about the Yankees. I'm not going to make any predictions for the next 12 games. I'm not going to push it after I was right about the 7-5 12-game set. Listen, guys, I'm not bragging when I play videos like that, and I'm not trying to prove myself. All I'm just saying to you is, if you want the real deal Yankees scoop, it's right here on New York Minute Sports. I'm not bought. I'm not paid for. I got no advertisers. I'm doing this for the love of the game, and this is just because I love to talk about the Yankees and tell you guys the truth about the Yankees, because in recent years, the Yankees organization loves the gaslight and loves to drive us wild. But before we go to Aaron Boone, what my clip said before is, I think we got to give Aaron Boone some roses right now, man. I don't know if it was the players that righted the ship or if it was Aaron Boone, but this team's in a much better situation than it was a month ago in this 12-game set, and we got to give Buffoon some credit. Now let's go to the Aaron Boone post-game press conference.
Obviously a rough first inning for Will Warren, but he was able to give you 5 innings. What is your takeaway from his outing today?
Yeah, obviously.
Will Warren didn't have anything tonight. He did give up the 6 runs. The Yankees didn't give up a run after that, and Will Warren did buckle down, because what he could have done was, after the 6 runs, he could have called on Boone and said, I don't want to go back out there. He could have gave up. No, man, he sat in there with nothing and still gave the Yankees 6 innings and saved the bullpen tonight. So even in a losing situation, even in giving up a bunch of runs, which he needs to work on, and he's a rookie, and he will, and I think he has the future ahead of him, he did tough out 6 innings with absolutely nothing tonight, and it is so hard to bounce back from an inning like that as a starting pitcher. You literally just want to put your head in the sand and just act like you don't exist.
Obviously,
so for him to tough it out,
really
I got to give Warren props.
I mean, they stung a few balls, but a few that just kind of found holes on them. But buckled down, and gives us 5 innings and lets us hang around and keep creeping back into it. So, really good effort to not, let it completely get away. And then you're talking about, wrecking the pen and everything like that. So, and then all the guys in the pen, I thought did a good job. Boys did a really good job battling back. I thought having tough at bats, no easy task against Crochet, but we, kind of give ourselves a chance there.
Crochet had his ace stuff tonight, 12 strikeouts. There's really not much you can do about that. And even the Yankees did tag him at some point where Aaron Judge, who historically doesn't hit him well, he usually goes 1 for 10, hits a home run on his 10th at bat, goes 1 for 10, hits another home run on his 10th at bat. So it's feast or famine for Aaron Judge, but he did tag him tonight. But man, that guy in a tough spot in the postseason. I don't want to see that guy, I'll tell you that much.
Did you see a difference in Warren from inning 1 through inning 5?
Obviously it was better. They were just, he wasn't missing any bats there in that first inning. Duran hits, it's fly ball to left,
I do see a lot of people getting on Warren's case and going, obviously he gave up that many runs and stuff. This guy wasn't supposed to be in the major leagues this year, okay? This guy's taking the ball every single time this year in a season of injuries with Garrett Cole going down and a bunch of guys with the Stromans of the world. He has been a rock for this team, and he has been steady. He can definitely build on this season, but like I said, I'd like to see him in some middle relief. I'd like to see him rather than Mark Leiter Jr. in a big spot. Let me know in the comments below.
Just kind of not going his way, and he couldn't get the swing and miss going. So settled in and didn't let it affect the rest of his outing, and he give his chance.
You mentioned the Duran leadoff triple. Is that a play that Stanton has to catch?
I still have not seen a good replay on it. I don't even know where it landed. So all I had was the.
Dude, I haven't even seen the replay. I was folding laundry downstairs. I come back upstairs. All I see is Frankenstein up in the air like this, facing the wall. I was like, he's hurt. And then the camera goes right to Stanton, and he's bending over, just rubbing his knee. I'm like, oh, my God, please, please, please don't let him be. Him in the outfield, man. Listen, he makes the catches, but he looks like he's playing if he's on stilts on a sheet of ice.
I'm lost. Just to kind of pick up the slack, hopefully, continues to allow us to create some depth down there.
As I mentioned, Jose's unsuspecting power. Did you know that about him?
I didn't until I saw him take BP the first couple of days with us. I was like, wow. I mean, he goes where the big boys go in BP. So, when he steps on.
Caballero's shot was out of the stadium tonight, and he has brought life and attitude into this team. It's exactly what the Yankees need. Do you remember when the Yankees tried to do that 3 years ago with Josh Donaldson project? He'll bring a little edge to the locker room. No. Like I said before, I think Duvall, I think Caballero, these guys, they bring an element to this team. They like to play the game. They make it fun, and they got a good attitude. And also, if you cross them, they're going to be tough. They're going to be pesky, and those are the guys you don't want to see on the opposing team. You love them when they're on your team, but you don't want to see them across from you. And the Yankees have been missing guys like that for a very long time. Dudes that get in the batter's box, and the other teams are just like, oh, my God, this guy again, because Caballero and Rosario, they're veterans who work counts.
You've talked about the at-bats you're seeing from Judge right now, 5 homers in the last 6 games. How locked in does he seem to you?
Looks really good. Just more good ABs today. Smokes the ball off the wall there, the last one. I mean, that's as clean as you can hit a ball the other way that he hits out to right center there. He's just getting, I feel like, on time, getting into that good position and where he's making his move how he wants to. And I feel like that's where he's kind of been searching for these last few weeks, and it looks really good to me.
Rosario, every time he plays, he doesn't play a lot, seems to contribute. How hard is that to sit for a week or two and come out and
My girl Susan Wallman with the question, how hard is it for Rosario not to play every day and then come in and contribute? That is a talent, to wipe the dust off, get in there and start hitting baseballs. It is a really tough thing to do, and that's what just gives me more solace and gives me more confidence in that left side of the infield now, because a month ago, like I said, on Labor Day when we were talking here, we had Volpe shooting himself in the foot. Now we got Cab at shortstop. Now we got the human vacuum cleaner over at third base. Bring him in for a defense replacement in the 7th inning. I like the way the Yankees are headed. Everything is trending in the right direction. All the Yankees need to do now is beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and hopefully the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox shit the bed. Now, also, before I end, the New York Yankees proved something. They just won a series in Boston. This team in the beginning of the year was owned by the Boston Red Sox. Do you, as a Yankee fan, after seeing this series and this 12-game set, do you think anybody in the AL East is better than your team? I don't think so. The New York Yankees are the best team in the AL East, and they're going to prove it towards the end, and they're going to prove it at the end of the season and going into October this year. And Aaron Judge, my prediction right now, is going to get the playoff monkey off his back in 2025. Now, remember, you can go and see my other videos right here on New York Minute, my Jets preview. Oh, my God, I'm going to go through the roof. You think I go nuts here. Wait until you see my Jets previews and my Jets post games. It was like a post-mortem today. And remember, go over to Instagram. That's New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN. And remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.